Hey guys, thanks for being patient. I'm gonna jump on and go over my skills now on my character and what I did to basically level it up to 100. Uh, okay, I'll just start off with the skills. It's easy. Okay, first off, my aim with this character was just to be kind of quick. My first character, my medic's pretty fun to play on. I enjoy the medic, but even though I was still going speed based, I wasn't going as deadly. The assault is more has more potential to be a very deadly character than either of the others. Oh, it yeah, it does. It does. There's really not really any denying that. So first off, it's basically just a speed nuke. That's all I got really. I don't have anything that defensive. It's all just attack offense. Firstly, we've got fast movement. I got that maxed out. I think that was the first skill that I actually maxed out. Um, Let me think. No, actually, I got it to 20 points, and then I maxed out my critical shot. But yeah, I pretty much go for the movement speed. Early on, movement speed is more defensive than defense, from what I've seen so far at least. If you go fast movement right from the start, then you will find that you'll avoid more damage than you can absorb. Later on, it gets a lot harder, but if you play like the right way, then and you got the right gear, then you can still do it. And well, just go on what's close by. Faster reloads. I recommend putting like 5 or 6 points into this very early on. Having faster reloads I don't know. At first, it might just sound like it's a bit of a I don't know utility move, but it's really very offensive. It increases your damage per second quite considerably once you've invested in it enough. Um, but yeah, 5 or 6 points early on. I don't actually know if you really need to go too much more than that. To be honest, you could probably stop there. Maybe even maybe up to 10 and stop there. I have 15. I'm not really too fast. I could probably drop that a bit, but I'm still fairly happy with it at the moment. Although maxing out one of adrenaline or killing spree would be good too. Okay, I'll just go these two next. These are my skills. They're worth having 1 point in, but I wouldn't really invest any more. Uh, Stim shot, I'd Um, it's really good to have 1 point in it just for like a sticky situation. It basically increases your max health. Uh, because it doesn't actually, but I mean, it heals you at a certain point. It's a passive. As long as you're going to have energy because you're not really spending energy that often. Um, it's honestly, no matter what you're doing with an assault, you should always put 1 point in stim shot. Eh, I don't. Why not? It's just something which one single point can get you a really nice boost. Honestly don't see the point netting any more than 1 point, no matter what build you're doing. It doesn't look like it scales that amazing, but maybe. Okay, assault team. A lot of people love to put a lot of points in this. I don't really get that. I don't see how it's that good. I mean, it's nice early on, but I would only put the 1 point in it. It's handy for just things like, for example, you once you hit level 83, you start getting Savage Wickers quite frequently in solo. It's the boss you're going to get most often. What you can do with Assault Team is you can activate it once that Wicker dies, and when that explosion comes up, that because we all know the Wickers have that death explosion, they can take those shots for you. They like you just stand behind them, they'll get hit by them. It is harder to dodge that the explosion from the Savage Wicker. It seems to move a lot faster. But since we're going our movement speed maxed anyway, it's not really as big a deal. We can still outrun it, but I don't know. It's just a nice thing to have. Other than that, yeah, assault team. It's not a bad skill, but I wouldn't really invest in it. I mean, I'm considering making like a new assault. I have made a new assault, and I'm considering using this skill in it with more points, but I think I'm not going to in the end because It's not really improving me at all. It lasts for a while. It lasts for I think 60 seconds when you've got it maxed, but it's still only 60 seconds. You're investing a lot of skill points just for like half of the fastest run you can do. Or you can do like 60-second runs, but it's not really worth doing. Yeah, back to critical shot. This is an investment skill. You invest in your gear, and it makes it a lot better. It pretty much craps all over Deadly Force. Deadly Force at max gives you 25% damage. Critical shot at max, when taking into account the 7% that you can get from a helmet and the 12% that you can get from on a weapon as well, it gives you I think about 73% extra damage on average, which is it's pretty good. I mean, you can get up to like 32.5% crit chance, I believe. But even without that, even with no crit chance on any of your gear, just having this 16.5% crit chance and 225% damage, that is like a 27% average boost just there. So it is better to invest into that than Deadly Force. I think it's kind of stupid though, because yeah, as I don't know. I didn't really think too much about this, but Soup pointed it out to me, and I definitely agree with him now. At least, Deadly Force definitely needs a buff because I mean it's one of the class only skills. So why would you pick this one over it? It seems kind of stupid. But yeah, some people like to invest in Gun Mod Expert at least 1 point. I do not. I think that's stupid. Why? I mean, there's some skills I don't know, I like to call them utility skills. They do not actually improve your character. They just make your quality of life slightly better. I do not like to use any utility skills because I think that ruins my character. There's a point where they become useless. Another one is like this is field supplies. Field supplies is pretty good early on, I will admit, but eventually it's not really that helpful, and it's not really that huge a damage boost either. I mean, you can beat it with Deadly Force or Critical Shot; they will both beat it. But it can be helpful for certain builds. Mine is not one of them. Uh, so yeah, I would not recommend this, but that's just for my specific way of playing. Killing Spree. Killing Spree is a pretty amazing skill. Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I've only got 18 points at the moment, but you can see it more than doubles my damage for 3.7 seconds as long as I keep on killing things. Like every time I kill something, it resets that 3.7 seconds. So on my average run, I can actually well, I don't usually I have two killing sprees. I have one where I go through the level and it stops just before I reach the boss fight, and then I just start it up again during the boss fight and kill the boss with it, and yeah, so I have it up twice in my run. But it's possible for me to keep it up the entire run. I'm a bit lazy. uh, but it's two times damage. Come on, you can't really beat that. And it's like it multiplies your pierce as well, which I'll get into later. That makes my particular method of playing really, really effective. Really, really effective. Okay, we got a close quarters combat here. I I do not recommend getting this if you're going a build similar to mine. I can. Some people have got like justified reasons for getting it. No. Okay. No. No. It's just a waste of a point. Even if I had one free skill point to put into this skill, and if I wasn't offered this free skill point for any skills except for this skill, I would still not use this skill even if I had it. I wouldn't use it. It just... Eh. All it could possibly bring to me would be to waste my energy, which I need for adrenaline. Yeah. Um. Yeah. Main benefit from adrenaline. Why I like to have so many points in it. You probably could max this one. This is one that'd be actually quite good to max, but I wouldn't get it early on. Early on, I'd probably go for crit, preferably. Just personal preference, I guess. I actually I tried. I used a skill reset and put everything into adrenaline just to test it, and it did not work for me. I swapped back to a critical, kept it worked fine. Um, Although if you're using something like the MPG early on, then you could probably go adrenaline fairly effectively. I didn't use that one myself that often. Um, yeah, pay grade's another utility one that I was talking about. Grenade damage, you don't really want that at the moment. I'm trying to get that buffed. It's yeah, I don't like it. I would really love grenade damage to be buffed so that it also increases the radius of grenades and reduces the sell price. So you could actually put 25 points into it and make a character revolving around throwing grenades. That'd be awesome. Recovery time is useless unless you play multiplayer, so yeah, I wouldn't get that. You're relying, if you get this, you're pretty much relying on dying, firstly. Okay, it's good. I'd say get this if you're a medic, maybe, if you're using Final Farewell in a specific build, but not for this build. But yeah. Body Armor Expert is a defensive skill, same as Toughness. I have not gone defensive at all on this character. I'm all speed and offense, which is, it's like, I don't know, as long as I kill fast, stuff can't kill me. Only real flaw with this is acid blood, but it's not really too horrible anymore. Energy boost is pretty useless in general. Even yeah, it's horrible. I would never get energy boost on any character. If you want energy, go energy regen, but you don't need that on this character either, since the only thing we're using is adrenaline and assault team, which this one will only use once per run, if at all. And adrenaline we'll use a fair few times if we can, but we won't really, yeah, need energy. Health regen is very useless. It's not worth getting ever. it's ugh. Unless you're doing really slow runs, or if you're such a tanky character that I don't know, a hit from a zombie only deals one damage to you, or something like that, then that'd be the only time I'd really consider that. But now it's fairly useless, very fairly useless. um, I don't think I think I've gone over everything, but yeah, that's pretty much what I go. Um, Adrenaline and Killing Spree I would like more in, but I just don't have enough points, unfortunately. I could probably take some out of faster reloads to put in there. I don't know. Maybe put more in either one of them, but yeah, for now I'm pretty happy with my skills, how they are sorted out. Okay, so I'll just go over my equipment now. I'll start off with the armor. I've got pretty much all the armor that I want. I could do, like, all the pieces I want, I could get slightly better stuff on them though. First off, we got our Titan helmet. This is the best helmet in the game, in my opinion. We've got, I am a speed-based build, so, I mean, I've still got a shot light here just in case I want to get that 3 movement speed. But the the real downside to having the shot light helm is even though you've got that 3 move speed, I mean, this one takes 5. It's a difference of 8. It's a pretty big difference, but this one, a lot of people don't actually realize this. I didn't to begin with myself, but it has 10% base gun damage. So when you combine that with Smart Target 10, that's 25% extra damage. What? 25% extra damage is huge. You can't deny that. Come on. I started wearing this helmet, the regular version. I wore the regular version at 10.2 right up until I think level 90 something when I finally got this one. I think 93? Somewhere between 93 and 96 I found this helmet and I was stoked. That was amazing. I think I sold that because I ran out of room, but now I've got room. I wish I had kept that. I don't know why, just sentimental. But but yeah, I got target assist and smart target just for my full damage. If you're not going a crit based build, then instead of this one, go body fueling for extra health. If Deadly Force ends up getting buffed, which I really hope it does, then I'd probably still go crit, because even though crit at 25 points only gives you like a 27% boost. It goes up to like a somewhere in the 70s once you combine it with this and in your weapon. So it's it's an investment skill where you invest crit into your gear and it makes the skill better. So it's worth it in my opinion. But yeah, if you don't want to rely on criticals, then you can go Deadly Force and you can get body feeling on this instead and get yourself some extra health so you can just take out more hits. Second piece, I've got this. Yeah, this is. I really wish I had a better one. It's very disappointing. But unfortunately, this piece does not drop in end game. It only drops early on, like somewhere before 50, I think, somewhere between 20 and 50, that kind of range. Maybe slightly after that, but no, not really. It doesn't drop high. That needs to be changed. This is an amazing piece. It gives you 20% movement speed. This is a must-have for any movement-based build. The second best is Shot Light. It only gives you 4%. So even though the defenses in this are so low, you can't deny that 20% movement speed. It is incredible. Very incredible. In total, my movement speed is 134.1%. It's, yeah. Titan gloves. I've also got a pair of these here. 10 ones. The reason that Titan gloves are so great is the same reason all Titan pieces have something special about them except for the pants. Which is a disappointment. They have 15% base reload time, which is incredible. What you always want to get reload time on your gloves, so nimble. Always get nimble on your gloves until you find Titans, and then keep getting nimble. Ideally, I want to get these the next grade, and I'd probably want heat resist instead of fortified because heat's the only real problem for me at this stage, or for the particular runs that I do anyway. But yeah, you want to get that reload time as high as you can because reload speed is everything. When you stop to reload, that's what kills you. That's why you have issues. Shot light pants. These start dropping really early. This was actually the first piece that I got a perfect one of. I got this really, really early on, before 60. I can't remember when exactly before 60, but it was very early. It might have been before 50. Yeah, you just want to go machine assisted body fueling on that. Oh, I probably should have mentioned that here. Energize, do not get energized. This came with energize, which is sucks because I don't actually use energy. Let's just grab another chest here. Yeah, body fueling, you want that just for that extra health. And I might even go tissue repair here to be honest, but either that or fortified. Probably fortified or heat resist. Yeah, probably heat resist. I don't know, maybe. Up in the air. I can't really replace this at the moment anyway, so whatever. But yeah, body fueling machine assisted. You always want that speed, so you always get machine assisted first. That is your goal for pants. Get machine assisted, and after that, body fueling. I mean, the thing about heat resist is even if you max heat resist, do I have anything with heat resist on it? I do. I got this. So this has 300 heat resist. This has 45. I have 21% damage reduction. If I put this on, it takes it up to 27% damage reduction. So that's 7% extra damage reduction. Now, body fueling at max gives me 25% extra health. I think we have a clear winner here. Yeah, that's a yeah. There's not really any beating body fueling on the pants. So machine assisted first, then body fueling for that, just taking extra hits. Boots, Titan boots are the best in the game, hands down. They have the highest move speed of any boots. The regular ones give you 8 base movement speed, the red ones give you 12 base movement speed. Compared to shot lights, which give you 4, this is pretty awesome. They used to even give you 15%, but that was nerfed down to 12. And 8 for the regulars, but yeah, what can you do? As usual for just this build, you want your speed, so machine assisted is just the #1 pick. Yeah, not gonna beat that. These came revitalizing, which is really, really disappointing. Um, I haven't even bothered to max it because I just don't run out of energy at all. It's stupid. I shouldn't even put that many points in it, but I just had the money anyway, so it's just like meh, spend money. I don't even can't even remember what else I can get on boots. I think it's just resistances and machine assisted though, so probably fire resistance or hazcam. I'm less worried about physical, so yeah, probably one of them. At the moment, probably heat, to be honest. I don't really have trouble with toxic, just because I do pods. Other missions I probably would. I would like to have 2 pairs of boots actually to swap between. Some swap pieces would be nice. And I've pretty much I've kept some top tier pieces from other gear just because. Yeah, here's a nice speed pair of gloves, and just in case I want to swap, which I won't, but I don't know, just in case. I still want to do something. Um, but yeah, I'm not really going to use any of these. I just kept them for the sake of having a bit of variety in my stash. So onto the weapons. These are the 2 I'm running at the moment. Stripper is the best damage to against bosses, or best damage in general. Uh, Mine has pinpoint, which is not really that great. I would like to get like adaptive on it. That'd be awesome. A lot of people like to get clip size on it. That would be useless for me because I reload pretty much instantly anyway. Instantly when I have adrenaline up. Only a tiny delay when I don't. So it's pretty useless, honestly. It's not gonna help. It's just a waste. Even deadly would be better. Um, and this only does 90 damage itself. The reason this is so good damage-wise is because it does 480 per second. Oh, sorry, 480 per 3 seconds, which you can double with Tenacious, and it also shoots 6 bullets. And yeah, this is what you're going to use for anything that has a lot of health, basically. Not really anything other than that. This is my other weapon I am using at the moment, the Gigavolt. Now, the reason I'm using the Gigavolt is because I have killing spree so high. I'll just use an example here. Sorry. Equipment. I have piercing maxed on this. So it goes from 4 piercing to 8 piercing. If I had 25 points in killing spree, that would be 150% extra pierce, which would take this up to, I believe, 20% piercing. The reason piercing is so good in the Gigavolt is because, as some would say, it is accurate. Every shot hits because it just arcs around. It doesn't, like, well, most guns, as you obviously will know, just go fire in a straight line. But this one will hit something, then arc onto the next target instantly, and yeah, they all hit. So you always want to get piercing on your Gigavolt. That is #1 priority. And when you have killing spree up, you can just take out an entire mob of zombies and just bam, they're gone. When you deal so much damage and hit so many targets all in one shot, and you're just firing it really quickly, it's domination. This is only really effective on pods, this particular strategy. Pods and vaccine, I use these guns. I've also got another one with adaptive. Adaptive is more needed at other times. There's some guns I've just kept for no real reason. I've got a red Hicks here. A lot of people love this gun. I admit it's a good one early on, but you will be sad probably to know that once you hit level 83, pretty much every boss you're gonna get, like most of the time, your boss will be a Savage Wicker, which has something called 100% immunity to fire damage. And this gun kind of does fire damage, so it's not really that helpful. I mean, if you're a medic, then you can. I don't know. You could probably put adaptive on this if you wanted, but you're just wasting a gun. It's not good unless you're doing multiplayer and get stuff higher level than Wickers. But when you do multiplayer, and you are getting constantly that stuff higher than Wickers, like mechs and I don't know, Devastators and Necrosis, then this would become in handy. So I'm gonna hold on for this just in case. um. Oh yeah, I got more stuff. This probably no point keeping that, but I just have it anyway. The reason I have it is because it's got the most pierce of LMGs with at the same time keeping good damage. Shockfield. Shockfield is actually a really good gun because it's got a 0 move speed modifier. This gun is very handy for when you want to move fast. I have 2 of these at the moment. One of them's got capacity. This one is 1 grade less, but it doesn't have capacity. So since capacity is less useful for me now, I kept them both. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm keeping it because it's pretty cool. I keep in this Jagged Fast. It's a pretty bad gun, to be honest. It used to. I'm not sure if it's bugged at the moment, but I maxed out the piercing. I don't know. It cost me like 3 or 4 million cash. I maxed out the piercing just to test it out because that gives it 30 targets. I think it used to just like hit a target, then go straight through it while releasing an explosion each time it hit something. I don't know if I'm wrong about that, but now that I've got this one, it actually hits one target, then just releases a bunch of shockwaves on that one spot where it hit. So it's kind of cool. Maybe it's good damage to a single area, but I mean, I think it's got the highest ammo cost of any gun. So, and it's also not that good a gun, to be honest. So, yeah, I kept it because I think it's kind of a cool gun, but it's pretty useless. Don't actually use it. Hard Fawn. A lot of people like this. I don't. I kept it. I don't know why. Anyway, maybe just in case they buffed it. Hornet. This thing's probably going to be decent if it didn't come with skeletonized and capacity. Only reason I kept it is because it's a Hornet and I have room. If I need room to pick up something else, then I will sell this. It's just kind of a shame it had to come with those two, but whatever. It's been nerfed considerably. It used to be 20 RPS, but it wasn't full auto. So it's a lot weaker. This is actually weaker than the regular version used to be, but it's still a decent gun, so yeah. It can come in handy in some circumstances. I wouldn't mind getting a better one. This one, I kept this just to have something with max capacity in case I wanted to use a field supplies build, which I didn't. I don't know why I still have it, but you never know, I might decide to respec one day. I doubt it. The reason why this is good, because you can combine it with the MPGA, I think. I haven't actually tested this out myself, but you can combine it with an MPG. Just swap to this when you pick up something, and it gets, since the capacity is so high, you think you can get it like 60 with max capacity. But yeah, since the capacity is so high, it gives you a lot more ammo, and the MPG only has two in a clip, so it's pretty handy for that, I guess. Supermarine. This is the rarest gun in the game, I believe. Probably not really going to use it myself. This one's not that good since it only came with 2 things. And I prefer the CM505 anyway. But it's got the highest RPS so of all the LMGs, so I would probably use this on a heavy for concussion. I got my CM505, I haven't maxed it, but it's one of my favorite guns in the game. I really love this gun. Yeah. Pretty much only reason. I got another stripper here, which came with Buyer instead of Pinpoint. Don't really have any reason for keeping it. Sublight Com. It's not that good. It really isn't. Yeah. This is my other shock fit I was talking about, and this is a Trailblazer. Just keeping it because it's a Trailblazer. Striker, this thing I might actually consider using sometimes, but not really. And here's another gun which I actually like, is the MPG. I would prefer that it got, instead of pinpoint, probably either race modded or what's that other one I'm thinking of? Overclocked. Because even though it's only got 2 in a clip and rate of fire 4, once you pop your adrenaline, you get instant reloads, so that fire rate does come in very handy. And if you got your, you probably wouldn't need race modded, to be honest. Well, it would come in handy outside of adrenaline, but once you pop adrenaline, it will become useless. Yeah, matter of choice there. But yeah, this gun is pretty insane when combined with adrenaline. You just cover the field in rockets. Only problem with this one is it's one of the ones that only drops early on. You can't get it at the end, which really sucks, so I can't get a better version of this. But we're going to try and fix that. Yeah, going to do some pushing to try and get this done. I pretty much just sell all these. Okay, so pretty much just to sum this all up, I do speed runs on pods. I am able to do a pods run in under 60 seconds with this build at the moment. That is not really too efficient though, because I miss out on a lot of kills. So in my lengthened run to try and get more kills, I generally take about 1 minute. 1 minute 30-ish. I can do 1 minute 20 seconds and still get good XP if I'm like really in the zone. But yeah, not really that far in the zone too often. Have been a couple times, but yeah. So the reason I'll just do quick free. I'm not really gonna run too fast, but yeah. If you want to, with my particular build at the moment, Reaper is better than this one, I think. But I don't really use any of these except for High Roller. High Roller is actually, I wouldn't really use it too much early on. It's kind of sucks early on, but that's just because you don't really get stuff good even from good boxes. I would start using it, however, after level 70. Probably not too often, but I mean, at my level, there's not really much to else I can spend it on anyway. But once you start getting like above 70, and especially above 90, the boxes, the high level boxes, are kind of needed to get upgrades anyway, so getting more of them helps. Okay. So I'm just going to take this slowly to just show off what I'm doing. So I got my Gigavolt at the moment. I can get Killing Spree up off this thing right here sometimes, not all the time. I obviously didn't just then. I generally have it before getting the door, but taking it a bit slow. Oops. So I can just pop that pretty quickly and just run through here. I don't really stop too much usually, but okay, got my Killing Spree up there. I don't really stop for cash anymore, or even strong boxes if they're too far to walk. Since I got my Killing Spree up, I can hit so many targets. It's just kind of ridiculous. Generally, I wouldn't hit these guys here. I just keep going because that turning around takes a bit long. I wouldn't usually take this much damage so quickly either. But if you take it too slow, then that's when you start to get hit. As you can see, this acid really doesn't hurt me so much at the moment. It'll hurt me if it's from like a bloater or a shielder, but the regular guy is not really anything at all. I'll do a quick shoot through here. May as well come out. If I want to keep up my Killing Spree for the entire run, then what I do is instead of killing them there, I'd actually lead them up to about here and start killing them right here. And then the second I get down here, I'd just pop this and I'd still have my Killing Spree up. But if I don't have my Killing Spree up, I just take out, I usually get it about there, and I swap to my Stripper and just start shooting up this thing. It sometimes gets a bit laggy there. No big deal though. And once I get my Killing Spree up, this is ridiculous. The Gigavolt is just insane. And I've got my adrenaline, I can just pretty much shoot never-endingly and take him out very quickly. Now I'll just quickly... I forgot to pop him before. I don't really care about that guy though. As I said, I usually only activate them as a shield from the Wicker now. But yeah, now I'll just do a quick run around. If you got extra time, then come up here, because this spot here there's 3 different spots where they might spawn. That one there is the most dense, so I usually just stop there. So yeah, that one took me like 2 minutes 20. I can usually do it a lot faster than that, but I might put up a video soon of me, I don't know, doing some runs. Don't think that's helpful for me, but dang. Shot light pants. Just a sec. I might just sell those, since this one's already came with machine assisted. Saves me 2 orcs. Yeah, these ones are actually probably the most common piece. This is the only piece you'll actually get upgrades for at the moment, at this stage, without getting like a Nentonium box. I don't know. I haven't got an upgrade from anything but a Nentonium box since maybe the 50s even. Maybe probably 60s. Very long time. Probably just because I've been too focused on specific pieces, but whatever. Main thing to watch out, these 3 Titan pieces, these can be good even if they're not red, even if they've got like the regular ones that have really, really low resistances on them, but they're still worth putting on over another piece, like another piece with higher defense, just because of the damage on the helmet, the reload speed on the gloves, and the move speed on the boots. I've got a pair of the pants. These, for some reason, don't have anything good about them. They got the highest physical defense in the game, which is fine. Graphenes have very good heat and toxic, but less physical. But if you're using a more defensive character, then you probably wear these pants instead of the shot light ones, since these are really quite low. But other than that, there's nothing actually special about these, so I wouldn't wear them. The chest, it has CQC damage on it, 100. The red one gives 100, the regular gives 40. It's really quite low, and honestly, if you're going in a defensive build, I'd probably wear the heavy trooper vest, because it's got way more physical defense. You're only losing 5 move speed, and you're already sacrificing 10 on the other one anyway, so it's not. If you're already going to sacrifice that much, why not just take the extra little bit, honestly. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got to say for now. Pods, when you're doing this specific build, Pods is the fastest experience in the game by far. There is nothing that matches it. Not even VIP at all. But this specific build though doesn't really work too great defensively on other maps. I mean, I did a lot of survivors on it, and I got a lot of deaths there sometimes. But the main thing you have to take into account when you're doing a speed-based build, a lot of people have trouble with acid blood, but only sometimes, or some people all the time. But for me specifically, it was only sometimes I would level up and suddenly acid blood would start hurting me just considerably, and it would really be a pain, huge pain. The reason this happens is the same reason as there is density drops in this game. Let's go into this. There is 4 levels of zombies and 2 levels of, well, multiple levels really, but because they'll get like there's different tiny upgrades. Like these guys will get different attachments, and these guys can fire more projectiles. But just for the sake of simplicity, there is 2 upgrades here and 4 here. Each game you play, there's like, depending on your level, you're assigned. I'm not sure exactly how this works, but I'll try and explain it the best I can. Depending on your level, there is a higher number assigned to you for each mission, which is basically it is used to determine what zombies you get. higher tier zombies take more out of this. So if you got like a really low number, you'll these guys won't take much out of it. You can get a lot more of them, but these guys take a huge chunk out of it, so you can't really get too many of them in a game. Um, so every now and then you'll level up and suddenly your density will drop, and you'll start getting less kills per game. That's because the minimum level of zombie for a specific type has just jumped up for you. Or I don't know, the most common maybe, but in general, it just means there's been a jump in the difficulty of zombies. So sometimes this means you start earning less experience, which kind of sucks. That's the main reason I don't like this, uh, but yeah, you'll start getting more stronger zombies and less weaker zombies, and eventually your density will start climbing up again. But the reason this is an issue with acid blood is because acid blood is based on the damage of the zombies, and higher tier zombies deal more damage. So when you get these jumps and you start getting stronger zombies, acid blood suddenly starts hitting you a lot harder, which is probably the time you want to swap over to a map where it's not as painful. Um, but yeah, if you were wondering why every now and then you suddenly got a density drop, or every now and then you started getting hurt by acid blood more, that's why. It's because you've started getting a different tier of a certain type of zombie more often. Um, so yeah, I don't think I've really got any more to say. This particular build works well. It works amazing on pods. Surprisingly enough, it actually works quite well in vaccine. I was surprised about that. It's so deadly. It would go well in onslaught as well. I think I can almost last the entire of onslaught without the gates falling down at the moment. I managed to get the boss there once, I believe. The boss got up to the gate. The boss broke the gate down. But I don't know if I can do that every time. But yeah, this is quite effective on onslaught. Your speed isn't as handy, but your damage is. You just pretty much decimate that. So onslaught vaccine zombie pods works great on. Uh, might work well on last stand. I haven't tested it. I haven't played last stand in a while. I haven't played power right that much either. Uh, it's alright on VIP, but to be honest, you'd probably want to. For VIP, you would want to swap to. Where is it? This thing instead of that. Survivors probably the same. MPG for VIP and survivors. Just I don't know. It just seems that electricity is less effective on them from my testings. I don't know if it's just the randomness of it all, but I generally struggle more with this build on those particular maps unless I swap to the MPG. So go figure. I don't know. MPG could probably be used effectively on onslaught as well, or yeah, vaccine. It'd be pretty good on vaccine too. But for zombie pods, I would definitely go the Giga Shot just because of your uptime of killing spree and everything, and the amount of targets. It just seems to work so much better in my opinion. Uh, so yeah, Giga Shot for life. Giga Shot. I haven't really tested too many combinations on this, but in my opinion, piercing is the most important, specifically for this build since I have so much in killing spree, and it multiplies my pierce again by so much. Deadly is also obviously a very nice choice, but the third one I'm not too sure what my favourite would be yet. Kind of undecided there. I want to test out a few more before I make up my mind there. So yeah. Anyway, I hope this explains some things. If you've got any questions, ask below. If I missed anything, or if you want me to explain something better, then I'm happy to explain this. I'm looking forward to seeing more people at this level so I can get some games of other high level players. But at the moment, I'm trying out some of my other characters. I've been gone between these two at the moment, really. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you need any help, more help, then ask away. I love getting comments. Um, I'll try my best to answer anything. I hope that this explained kinda enough, I guess. Uh, I know I probably missed some things, maybe not. I don't know. I just wing this. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you around.